humans? Oh, all right. Well, my name is Wolf. And let me tell you my story. This is the moon, January, of the wolf. The wolf monat. Long ago, in Europe, far, far away, there was little food for wolves. Ooh, in January, when it was bleak and cold, we wolves were starving. Such snow like never seen before, only in January. We used to eat the wild deer and the cattle in the fields, but now the farmers brought their cattle home and into the villages. So we wolves would sneak up to the windows and look inside the barns, and that is why people today say, "The wolf is at the door." Isn't that quite a story? So ever since then, January has been known as the Wolf Month or the Wolf Moon. Hi, and welcome to my studio. I'm Lori Taylor, and I am a children's author and illustrator. And I love writing books about Michigan and all the wildlife that Michigan has to offer. I wanted to learn about wolves, and so by going out and studying them is the best way as an author and illustrator to see and watch and listen to their behavior. And I'm so lucky that I got to actually see wolves in Yellowstone, and they were out hunting and lying out in a field and playing around after feeding. And so that was really cool, and I drew notes of that. And I am also very lucky that I got to hear wolves in northern Michigan, and I've been to Isle Royal, way out in Lake Superior on that big island where there's nothing but wolves and moose. And I was lucky to be there. There weren't many wolves, but I did see wolf scat. So I always find that scat or droppings or poo that animals make, that is a lucky field note for me. It's a lucky sticky note for me that I can look at and study and say, hey, this animal was here before I walked along here. And I also got to see tracks of wolves up in Canada, and their tracks were fresh in the mud as they were going after a beaver. I also found the beaver tracks, and I found moose tracks. So I don't know, it must have been he was checking out to see who was living in the area, but the track of the wolf was as large as my hand. Pretty cool, huh? So look at your hand. That's the size of a wolf track. They have big feet. And so because I studied these wolves and I've seen them in Michigan and heard them in Michigan, that I end up putting wolves in my books. And here's a white wolf that I saw in the Upper Peninsula. Wolves come in 3 different colors, gray and black and white. So I was very fortunate to see this wolf cross a road when I was in the Upper Peninsula. Now, there's so many books on wolves. And I have to say, Jean Craig Head George with her Julie series has so much information on wolf behavior. So it feels like you're right there with her and learning the behavior of wolves. And that's a good thing to know when you're out studying and watching and listening to wolves. And you can see what they're doing. What is it they're trying to say with their eyebrows and their tail and their growling and their snuffles? So these are really good books. A Wolf Called Wander. It's another good one that my granddaughter wants me to lend her. I don't know. Maybe. If she takes good care of it, I'll probably send it to her. I like the stories that are fictional. and tell you some science. So it's like a realistic fiction. So you have real science in there, but fictional stories. There's lots of really good discovering wolves and the wonder of wolves that tell you all about wolves and wolf behavior, just like they eat 17 to 20 pounds of meat at a sitting and need 5 to 6 pounds of meat a day. It's really cool to be an author and an illustrator because you get to write the fun stories and you get to draw the wonderful animals and the things that are out there to share with others, to get them excited about learning about the animal so they can go look and decide for themselves. When I was a little girl growing up, I was fascinated with wolves, especially the characters in books. And I have to say, Little Red Riding Hood and Three Little Pigs were my favorite stories. But I always felt bad for the wolf because wolves gotta eat too. But they were made out to be such a bad guy. And I like the books that celebrate the wolves. So that's what we're doing today, is learning more about wolves so we can understand them and how we can all live together. I'm going to show you how to draw a wolf and easy steps and celebrating the wolf moon, easy steps in drawing a wolf face. And then we're going to do a wolf mask. And maybe you can go howling outside and have your friends play with you as you chase them, and then maybe howl at the door for a snack. Just like in Europe long ago when the wolves would howl at the door and wanting food. So, come on with me and we will draw a wolf so you can tell your wolf tale. Come on! So the first thing we're going to do is draw our round wolf head, and just think wolf moon. The wolf monat, meaning wolf month. We'll do a big moon-shaped circle head. All right, now what we're going to do is make sure we have the features just right. So we're going to put a little line here, put a line there, so that I know that that's about half of the circle. So we've got one half and the other half. Now, so let's do the mouth of the wolf. I'm coming to eat you up, he said to the little pigs. So there, he's not really smiling. This is just the snout of the wolf. And of course, that big black nose, the better to smell you with. A big black nose. And you draw a big black nose there. And we've got the mouth. And now what we're going to do is 2 football eyes. Draw a football or a diamond and draw another one. And then inside of that football, we're going to put another moon circle. And we'll put the pupil, the little dark spot, and we'll fill this in with black. And we'll do the same thing over here. Put the circle, fill it in with black. Is it starting to look like a wolf? A little bit. I used to love watching shows where they would show how to draw things. So right now we have the U and the big black nose and our football eyes. Now wolves have what I like to call our headlights. These little patches of white fur over their eye, and that tells them if they're angry or if they're happy, and that's how they tell the other wolves in their family how they're feeling. Now, what does our wolf need? We've got the nose, the better to smell you with, the mouth, the better to eat you with, and we could even draw a happy little tongue. And we'll put a tongue there. He's panting. So we've got the face. That wolf needs ears. And let me move my camera up so you can watch this. We're going to put the ears on either side, right up over those eyes. Big rounded ears. And on the side of this, about half. And those big ears have a lot of hairs in them. It helps keep the ear warm, and it also helps them hear better. The motion, the movement of air catch those little ears, and they can hear so much better. Now, the wolf also has some markings, and it seems to be white on the neck, and then they have these little sideburns kind of things coming out, so like whiskers that come out, and gives that head a little bit of a triangular shape. And there we have our wolf. This looks like a pretty happy wolf. And then you can go in and clean up your lines. So this is how you draw the simple wolf head. And if you want to color it, wolves are gray, and some of them are all black. And I'm just going to put some color in here so you know that this is where the color on the wolf is. And you can see it's starting to look very wolfish up over the eyes. The eyes are like a yellow-green. But I'm just showing you just how the basics of drawing your wolf today. And you can put your hairs in on the snout. So now that you know how to do the simple wolf, we can make a really cool wolf mask. And there's our wolf. Oh, I'm howling at the wolf moon. Did you know that humans can learn a lot from us wolves? It's true. Why, wolves like me live in families. And everyone in our pack or family, they have jobs. Everyone has a job. We all work together. Now that's teamwork. The leaders find game and food. The older wolves, why, they babysit and watch Wolf Nanny. They watch the pups. They make sure that they don't get into danger. And the others in the family, they help to bring food in. And everything is shared. Doesn't that sound like a wonderful life? Well, it is wonderful until the deep snows fall and we get cold and hungry. And we wolves, we need a lot of food. 5 to 6 pounds of food a day. Or when we find big game like a moose or elk, we eat 20 pounds of food. It's Thanksgiving every day for us then. Woo-hoo-hoo! So for this project, for the wolf mask, we're going to have 2 paper plates. One will be the face of the wolf, and one will be the snout. And we're going to fold one of those paper plates in half. This is going to be our snout, or the mouth. Here's one that I've already made, so I'm just going to trace around it. You've got that wide snout, and then I will cut that out. I cut out my crooked line so you can't see it. And this is going to be the wolf's snout. And if you have some markers, that's good, or you can use crayons. And we're going to draw that big black nose. So the black nose is down at the bottom. You can make like a rounded triangle. You can color it in. You can make the nose however you want it to be. I guess I'm using gray, I didn't know it. Add different colors. So there's that big black nose, and we'll color this in. Okay. Now this is going to go on our paper plate. So there you can see, let me move the camera, so you can see that the wolf's mouth is going to open and close. So what we're going to do is go ahead and glue the snout on. So I've got a glue stick. Just use Elmer's glue stick, craft glue. Glue sticks are nice and easy to use, and they dry quickly. So we're going to put that right on the mask. I just have it hanging down a little bit. Use your creativity when you make your mask. You can draw a tongue inside or cut one out of construction paper and have the tongue lolling around. Now the next thing we're going to do is draw on our mask. We're going to draw, remember what shape is the eye? Like a football. So we're going to draw a football eye here and a football eye there. And then we will color that in. Make a big circle because we're going to have somebody cut that out so you could look out your mask. You don't want to be running around without your eyes. So we'll do the black inside the eye. Okay, so what comes next? Those eyebrows, those headlights. And again, the wolf uses these to signal to others if it's angry, if it's happy, how it's feeling, just like we use our eyebrows. And then we'll add some of the whiskers that come off to the side. And we can go through and add some fur to the snout. Maybe some fur up top. Oh, what's our wolf missing? You're right, ears. We need some ears, and from the leftover pieces that we cut the snout out of, I can make 2 ears. How's that for reusing and recycling? So I have it already folded in half, and if you mess up, you have another ear you can do. And then I just cut it in half. So then I will take the ears, and I have them cupped forward. The ears are really important for the wolf. And so we will glue them on, or you can staple them. So I think I'm going to staple the ears on. Wolves have a really good sense of hearing, but probably their best sense that they have is that nose. Did you know that a wolf can smell a sick moose 2 miles away? That is crazy. That is a really good sense of smell. Okay, so we've got our wolf mask. We need a couple holes. And I've got my hole punch right around where the whiskers are. And I have a couple of pieces of yarn that I can tie. And this will go on, and you can tie your wolf mask on. But we're not done yet, are we? We want to color it. Oh, we got to cut out the eyes, don't we? Got to do that too. So I've got some sharp scissors. You might want to have somebody cut it out for you. had fun putting together your drawing today and your wolf map. Hey there, wolf. Oh boy, where can I go see wolves? Well, I think I've heard, hey, you know what? What? The Detroit Zoo. The Detroit Zoo has wolves. Is that right? Woo! I'll go howling with the wolves at the zoo. Where else can I see wolves? I know. I saw a camera online. It was the Minnesota, I think it was the International Wolf Rescue. You can look online and find wolf cams and watch wolves out eating and running in the snow and playing. That sounds amazing. Where else can I see wolves? Well, you can see wolves in books like this one, Old Wolf. That looks like my daddy from long ago. You know where you can always look too to find a wolf? Where's that? What? Well, I want to see wolf. Your dog. Look at your dog or your neighbor's dog or your grandma's dog, anybody's dog, and you'll see a wolf looking right back at you with those eyes. Whoa, that's really cool. They're not wolves anymore, but they came from wolves a long time ago. That sounds amazing. They do pretty much the same things that wolves do, except they don't hunt deer and moose and elk. They get their food from bags and cans. That sounds kind of silly and yucky, but whatever. So I hope you had fun today and you go out and explore Michigan and get outside. Take your mask outside and see if you can go wrestle up a snack or some food. Woohoo! And celebrate Wolf Moon.